Hey folks, it's been a hot damn minute since the last time I recorded anything. Actually it was a year from the time I last bought a painting to the time I bought my next painting. And the day before Remembrance Day I decided to order 3 Ever Moments and one other painting. I was going to do unboxings but I decided not to. Stand up here for a second. My lighting's not the best, but that's the painting I'm going to be working on today. Just a small tiny one. And there could be little rivers and stuff in this, but that's because it was opened and then rolled up. So any damage to the actual canvas is damage I've done. I don't know how well that's going to show up on the camera. It's very pretty. It's tiny. It's 20 by 30. And other than this last little section, I'm going to fold it over right here to use. Some of these bags you'll seem like there's an awful lot in them because, like, compared to what it's calling for. And that's just because I kind of combined all the drills from all 3 paintings together in bags and doing it that way. Wow, it's been so long since I've done diamond painting. And I'm blind, I think? Oh, it's a U-turn and an A. Okay, so A is 3846. I don't have any of them done up in the bags yet. And the U-turn 3845. Looks like the only real excess is on this side. This tape didn't come with this particular painting. It came with one of the other bigger ones. This one actually came with the hair elastics. I don't even know. It's been so long. I don't even remember what the last thing I talked about would have been. Most of my videos are unlisted now. And I'll let this one go up for a bit and then I'll probably unlist it as well. Just not sure with this whole new thing with the gray areas and that. If I don't want to have troubles, so for now I'm just leaving everything unlisted pretty much. There might be 1 or 2 that aren't, that I missed. I had a permanent marker here. There we go. So, trying to think. What has gone on in the last year? I I don't know, I might have done one update video, but if I haven't, February of last year, my father did pass away. There was a bunch of drama after that. Not within the family itself, but not stuff I want to really get into. Shoot, these are very staticky. 3, 8, 4, 5. What else? Didn't do a whole lot this summer. Went swimming once, which is really strange for me. In the summer months, I usually go swimming every chance I get. Since we last spoke, we have gotten on some medications. Sorry about the noise, but it's staticky. That have been helping us a lot, in my opinion. So that's a good thing. And I'm still staying with my mother at the moment. My roof leaked and I ended up getting a bunch of mold at my place. And so now I'm waiting on a 1-bedroom apartment in a nearby town to open up. So I've been waiting for quite a while now, so I'm kind of hoping sooner than later something will come up. But who knows? Watching a lot of Netflix and stuff like that. Doing a lot of journaling. I mean, pretty quiet overall kind of life I've been living. I put too much in this tray. So, I don't know. Just kind of chit chat, I guess. As things come to mind, I will talk about it, and if things don't come to mind, it'll just be a bunch of mumble jumble. And I'm okay with that too. I have missed watching. I haven't been watching very much YouTube lately, and I have missed actually watching it and keeping up with everybody and talking to everyone. But I kind of needed that break to focus on myself anyways. And I'm not back. I might do the odd rare video, but I don't have any intention to ever come back doing regular videos or, you know, anything kind of professional. It's gonna be more of a vlog style, what's going on kind of thing. What else have we been doing? I am back in the basement, and you might hear in the background a whooshing noise. I actually have a little space heater down here now, which makes a world of difference. I've actually spent a few hours down here today kind of tidying again and reorganizing, because I'd like to spend in the winter months, which is funny because it's colder down here, but in the winter months where I don't like going outside much, I plan to spend more time down here again. So I have a little corner set up with a chair for sitting and reading. Then I have this area set back up for diamond painting.
Just a sec. I didn't catch that.
Sorry about that. My iPad must have thought I said Siri. Yeah. I have no idea what I was saying. I went looking for my leftover drills from the rainbow rose I did with Evermoment, and I could not find them anywhere. I looked and searched and searched. Only thing I can think of is it was put in one of my boxes that I packed for if and when I move while I'm waiting for the one bedroom. I kind of thought before now I would have already gotten one, but they're very few and far between, and once people have them, they usually don't like to move out of them. And it's a very small town, but it's something that would be a little less isolating. Like, I like being alone. I like having my own space. But everybody needs human contact. Everybody needs to get out of their house once in a while. Things like that. And I, besides doctor's appointments and therapy, it is extremely rare for me to leave the house. So, because I don't drive, I haven't driven in about a year, so I even get my mother to drive me to like my therapy, my doctor's appointments, and that's a pain in the butt because you're bugging other people to take you places or do things. I had a really close call. I was actually driving into my therapy appointment, and the roads were actually fairly clear, but what happened was there was a spot up over a crest of a hill where the plow didn't salt properly, or something happened anyways with the road, and I hit black ice. And thankfully it was a straight stretch, and we live so rural as we do. Otherwise, if there had been any oncoming traffic, there would have been a head-on collision. So yeah, and it kind of just triggered a lot of the fear and memories from my car accident, and it took me 7 years after my car accident before I would get back behind the wheel. So it's just been very nerve-wracking. I have been driving about 6 kilometers each direction to like a mailbox once in a blue moon, or I have a cousin who lives, I'm gonna guess, about 3 kilometers away, and I've been driving down to her place at once in a blue moon. And when I say once in a blue moon, probably less often than that. But I'm gonna say about once a month I drive somewheres. I didn't want to celebrate Christmas this year, and I had people wanting me to, and I really didn't feel like it. Excuse me for one moment here. And the funny thing is, I felt like I was being pressured and whatnot. But a week before Christmas, I got a virus. Not 100% sure exactly what the virus was, but my mouth broke out. My entire tongue was covered in sores. I ended up going, because I couldn't get into my doctor right away, I ended up going to our nearest hospital here, to our outpatients department, emergency department, because I couldn't eat or do anything. They put me on an antiviral medication to try to help. I had a couple little tiny spots on my hand. I thought, I didn't think they were related. It was wintertime, eczema, things like that, dry hands. And then the day after I was at the hospital, I began to get a rash. And It's still kind of there, but it's definitely gone. It's barely noticeable. And it kept spreading. It wasn't like itchy rash, it was burning, it was like on fire. Felt like glass shards going through, being scratched up with glass shards. Um, Same with my tongue and mouth. It was just, like I said, it was not something I would wish on anybody, that's for sure. Um, so I went back. That was a Friday? No, Saturday, I think I went into. No, it was Friday I was at the hospital. No, Friday. Oh, no, what it was I went in a Friday to see my doctor get my medications refilled. Saturday was when the thing started with my mouth. Sunday it had gotten so bad I went over to the hospital. Monday the rash had started, like actually started to where I noticed it was a rash. Tuesday I got back in to see my family doctor, who, thank God, God love him, gave me this freezing mouthwash stuff that dentists usually use, and that allowed me to start eating soft foods. I couldn't even eat like banana mushed up. It just, that's the kind of pain it was for the most part. Um, the, I totally forgot what I was saying. So then, when I saw him, I asked him if it was contagious. He said no, it's not contagious, but he was still recommending avoid being around little kids. And the family Christmas dinner, I have two grandnieces, or a grandniece and a grandnephew. They're both very young. So he said, to avoid them until the symptoms completely go away. Well, even though it's gotten a lot better, it's still not 100% away. So I got to spend Christmas the way I had originally wanted, which was by myself, just quiet, and treating it sort of like it was just another day. Just for this year. I mean, next year I'll probably want to celebrate again. It's too hard for me this year. What else? So, yeah, I sat and did a bunch of reading and listened to an audiobook for a bit, watched a bunch of Netflix, and I did make for family and neighbors what I call dirty snowballs. They're basically coconut and chocolate balls. They're so delicious. So I kind of gave, some of those away to different people for Christmas. Kind of just spent the day. I did that the night before. I kind of spent the day of just relaxing in my room, like I said, watching videos. My mother went over to my brother's and had dinner with the rest of the family, and like I said, it was really nice for me. Like, a lot of people would find it lonely and this and that, but I needed that quiet downtime to myself, and we just kind of relaxed with no one around except for the two puppies and the kitty cat, and even they were quiet and compared to normal. So it was good. I'm really, really hoping that in another month or so I'll get a call that a 1-bedroom apartment has opened up. I think it would do me a lot of good. Yes, being here is keeping me financially afloat, to be able to, feel not comfortable, but I'm not worrying about where my next meal is coming from, kind of thing. But mental health wise, it's not the best environment for me to be in. Like I said, I'm definitely the type of person that I need my own space, I need quiet, I like to just stick to myself. And I don't feel that it's good for me to be stuck in my bedroom pretty much all day, every day. And especially now with winter, it's, like I said, it's much worse because I don't like going outside to even just sit on the balcony or deck, veranda, whatever you want to call it. Because it's too cold, especially on windy days. If it's not windy, I'll go do it. But if it's windy, it's just, yeah, too much for me. Especially just getting over being sick. Excuse me. I'm not normally a sniffy person the minute I start doing videos. I think it's this basement, to be honest with you. I start the whole sniffing and all that stuff. So what has everybody else been up to? Anything interesting? How'd you guys spend your Christmas? Did you celebrate Christmas, or do you celebrate a different holiday? Or do you just not celebrate at all? Anything? I know it's for the people who are where it is winter. How is your winter going so far? Is it cold, snowy, or kind of just average for this time of year? Here it's a little cooler than normal, and we've had no big snowstorms or anything like that. We've had little bits here and there, but nothing worth writing home about. I'm a lot less tolerant of the cold. I find every year I get a little less and a little less tolerant of cold. And I used to be someone who loved the cold. I didn't like the snow and I didn't like the ice, but I loved the cold. My body just gets chilled so fast now. I can't believe how tiny this painting is, but it's perfect for doing this because I don't know, some of you will remember if you've watched me from way back. I did a great big Mario diamond painting, and I said I was never gonna do a big one again. Yeah, my other two ever moments I picked up. One is 6 different colorful trees, well 3, and then they're reflecting in the colors of 3 different colors in the reflection. And the other one kind of looks like an adult coloring book. They're both, I believe, 50 by 70. And I said I was never going to do another big one again. But they're ever moment, and with the ever moment, I can use the tweezers, and I just find that it's ever moments for myself, and they haven't changed much compared to last time I got them. I don't find, are just for the type of diamond paintings, the quality is a quality I really enjoy. And I'd rather a couple times a year spend the extra money and get a good quality where I will enjoy it than to buy every month a bunch of ones that I don't care for the quality of. At least for now, anyways. I had quite a stockpile of diamond paintings, and to be completely honest, I started working on several of them and stopped. Not because I didn't want to do the diamond paintings, but because I was getting so frustrated with popping drills, and I still have some of them, but a few of them I've thrown out. I've kept some of the drills, but I keep them separate from my ever moment ones. And I discovered, I tried doing a round one recently. I don't like rounds. Personal preference. I used to like them. I don't like them. I don't like using the pen for everything. And I find also with the rounds that I'm constantly having to stop and refill the wax in the pen, and I don't know. I like my checkerboarding. I like my tweezers. And yes, I use the bendy cheapo ones, not the ones that come with the Ever Moment. I don't know how the volume quality is going to be on this because it's been so long since I've done a video, and I don't know. That's something you guys are going to find. I'm going to say a lot. And I don't know. For some reason, I'm really attracted to all these bright, kind of rainbowy type color paintings. I don't know if that's the glue lifted there or... Again, any damage that's done to the glue and that on this, it wasn't there when I first got it and opened it. I think it was just because I rolled it up. Re-rolled it? I don't know what I'm trying to say. These two colors are so close together. I mean, this one here is a tiny shade lighter. I can see it when it's on the actual canvas and they're side by side. But to just glance, they look like they're the same freaking color pretty much. To me anyway. I wonder how long. Yeah, so I'm going to show this one. I got them all done up in baggies with the different ones like that for the numbers, and those, everything that's in these ones that have like 900 to 999, 1,000 plus, those ones should have all the drills I need for all three of my paintings, and these are ones that should be extras in the end. Whether they all will be or not, I'm not 100% sure. It's just it was a rough guess when I was going through and counting up how many drills in total for each color I needed for each painting. I really like, I missed the, I like these hair elastics and I loved them. I'm glad I got a couple of them because I find they're great for different things. But I really like the fact that they all have been they sent 2 rolls of this stuff because it's perfect for lining the glue when it's over. And I don't have to use my special stuff that I have that I like to use for journaling for it. I can use this instead. Oh yes, what else was I going to mention here? Just hold for a second here. I don't know if it's down here. I was gonna show you guys something, but I'm not seeing it. So anyway, I think what I'm gonna do is, I know I didn't do a whole lot. I could do a little more talking, but I really don't have much to talk about. I mean, when you live roads and you don't drive and you don't go anywhere, there's not a whole heck of a lot to talk about. Oh, there's one thing. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I haven't done a video since this happened. So, this summer, it was probably about 10 o'clock at night, roughly. We live on an island that there's a lot of deer, there's a lot of farms. Although in the local area, most of the farms are cattle, sheep, pigs. But there's very few people with horses anymore. Anyways, 10 o'clock at night, and I go out on the deck to have a smoke, and all of a sudden I hear hooves coming down the road. And the first thought that goes through my mind is, oh, someone's horse got loose, because I could hear a car behind it. And I'm like, wait, who has a horse? So I'm listening to it running like full force down the road. And there's only, at this time, there were still leaves on the trees, and there's only this small little section where you can see for a second what's going, like the vehicles going by on the road. And I glanced down, and this massive moose is running up the middle of the road with a car driving behind it. My mother was next door at the neighbor's. So I said, I have to be hallucinating, because moose typically, if you're shining your brights on them, will charge you. They don't run up the road in front of you. So it's very extremely rare to see a moose around here, but it's not unheard of. But to see that is. So anyways, they go to the window and watch, and they're a couple kilometers away, and the moose was still running up the road in front of this car. So in my mind, I'm going, well, I wonder how far this moose has been running up the road in front of this car. So I decide I'm going to text a cousin of mine who lives the other direction, where it came from originally, and ask them if they happen to see it. Well, the response I got back was priceless. It was my cousin who was in the vehicle driving behind the moose. She's like, oh my god, you saw that? I was heading to work, and yeah. I was like, all I wanted to make sure is I wasn't hallucinating. I said, but I'm not the only one who saw it. Nobody was able to get pictures. Well, myself, I wasn't prepared, didn't know that it was going to happen. I didn't have my phone on me at the moment. But I would have loved to have had a picture of it. And my cousin, well, she was driving, so it was very hard to try to get a picture, and her picture she tried to get didn't come out. And my mother and the neighbor never thought to take their phone out to take a picture, because they, like myself, thought I was absolutely insane. And I'm like, even if there's no moose runs by, please let me know if in the next 2 minutes a car drives by, so I know I'm totally not losing it. But yeah, that was quite interesting. That was my entertainment there. A friend of mine from Ontario, that's like a brother to me, came home for a visit. I got to spend a little bit of time with his wife, him and the kids, out in the woods. And I mean, I already live in the woods, but their little cottage is way out in the woods. They don't actually get regular power there. They use solar power. Nice little cottage. I have not been back to the city this past year, I don't think, to visit. Last late winter, before my father passed, I did go visit some friends up there, but otherwise, I mean, it's been almost a year since I visited with them. I'm hoping maybe sometime in the new year I can get my anxiety under control enough to be able to go visit some people. As hard as it has been, I've been trying really hard to not let my anxiety control me. But it's difficult, and there's reasons behind it. But honestly, if I were to talk about it on here, most people would think I was absolutely insane. It's something I've sort of been mentioned, I guess, to my therapist, but I freaked out after I did and just kind of said, forget I even said anything, kind of thing. So we've been dealing with that, just trying to get ourselves to be more open about what's going on. That way, nothing I don't think it's anything major anyways. But it affects us when you're trying to have a conversation and you can't think straight. Oh, that one went flying somewhere. I don't know where it went. I don't think it's on the canvas though. Yeah, so this has got to be over a half hour long now. It'll take a couple hours for it to upload. I'm not going to do any editing of it. So unless I upload it and the volume is extremely low, then I'll probably take it back down and edit the volume on it. But I really don't want to do any editing. I'm not a fan of editing. So yeah, I'm going to finish up for now and do a little more diamond painting. But I just have nothing else really to say. So I hope you guys are having a great winter so far. Take care. Bye, guys.